What we're asking today, our sugya is, why is it that we have to teach, we have to set this up, we have to do all of these different things when nobody else is doing? Why is it that when we lose money, we have to go give tzedakah? Shouldn't it be the opposite? Logic says it does. And if you ask this question of why, then you're in good company. Because one of the greatest Hasidim in history, Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Berdichov, also asked the same question. Why did the sages teach us that we should teach and we should give after a big loss? He writes it in a couple of his Sfarim, in Sefer Kedushat Levi, and also in Sefer Ora Meir, Parashat Bashalach. And he says even further. He says, what is the logic behind saying to give money, that the Gemara says, when a person is barely making ends meet? Are the Torah sages here to abuse people? Isn't it enough that the people are lacking the basic needs and barely have what to eat? Now they're expected to give tzedakah from the little that they have left to live off of and leave themselves with nothing to live on? This is really what we were thinking. What are these sages, these chachamim, trying to be vicious? If you told me make money, give money, obviously, okay, person, thank you very much for telling me, but it's kind of common sense. You're telling me the opposite. You're telling me after I lost, give. So Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Berdichov says, what are the chachamim here to abuse us? Are the chachamim here to make things more difficult for us? Baruch Hashem, he has the answer too, though. And the answer is extraordinary. Anyone that pays attention to this answer and knows how to apply it to their life, I guarantee that your next year will not be the same like any other year of your life. Your life will never be the same. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Berdichov says, the Torah is teaching us the right path of God. May His name be blessed. When a person puts his confidence in anything that he's benefiting from this world, he's showing as if this thing has the power to do the will of God. May he be blessed. And from that point on, this causes the heavenly sustenance that's coming from that thing to stop. Meaning that the minute you think the president, the bank account, your friend, your boss, your stock portfolio, your job, your wife, your kids, your neighbor, your associate, your lawyer, your accountant, whatever it is, the second you think that's the salvation, that's where it's coming from, the lawyer is going to save me, my boss is going to save me, my partner is going to save me, my bank account is going to save me, my this is going to save me, that's the salvation. The second you do that, the salvation will no longer come from there. Why? Why is that the case? Because the second a person thinks that the money, the friend, the president, the boss, whoever, whatever it is, that thing has power to bring you salvation of God, that second the real salvation from God stops coming from that thing. And this is what I learned from my Rebbe, Rav Dov Ber Mezrich, the Magid Mezrich, who was the Talmid Muvak, the number one Talmid of the Baal Shem Tov, who commented on the Pasuk in the book of Genesis, Sefer Bereshit, chapter 36, verses 32 to 39, where it repeats the words Vayimloch Vayamut, Vayimloch Vayamut. Several times you see Vayimloch, meaning he became king and he died. Became king, died. Became king, died. There's 7 verses over here. Constantly talks about this guy became king, then he died. This guy became king, then he died. This guy became king, then he died. So the Magid Mezrich taught Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Meberditchev, what this means. What does it mean? Why does Hashem tell us about all these kings that were kings and then died, and kings that they died? What can we learn from this? He says, because a person that puts his bitachon, his confidence, into something, is actually making that thing a king over himself. You think that your bank account, your lawyer, your doctor, your wife, your husband, your kids, your boss, your job, your intellect, your whatever is going to be the salvation. You've made that thing into a king over you. You've crowned that thing over yourself. Your God is now the money, the job, the wife, the kids, the investment portfolio, the IRS, the banks, whatever it is that you gave confidence to. And thereby the bitachon in Hashem, the confidence in Hashem is lost because you put your confidence in something else. You put your confidence in your bank account, you put your confidence in your boss, you put your confidence in your car, in your intellect, in whatever it is that you put your confidence in. Because, I have the money to buy it, so that's what's going to help me. That second that you think, that's what's going to help you, the emunah, the bitachon, the confidence, the faith that you have in Hashem disappeared. Why? Because your confidence, your faith is not in Hashem anymore. It's in this check that you just got. It's in his bank account. It's in his stock that you just picked. It's in the boss. It's in whatever it is that you think that's where the salvation is coming from. So the bitachon is lost, and therefore the parnasah that Hashem gave that person from that thing is taken away from him. And this is why it says vayamut, that it will die. You made it a crown like a king, and therefore he died. You made this thing into a king, so Hashem killed it. Only put bitachon in Hashem Yitbarach alone. And double check your actions, that you don't put any faith in anything else, as if it has powers of Hashem's salvation. And if a person thinks this way, then he will connect everything that's around him to the Creator. And therefore the sages teach us that when a person sees that his money provisions are measured, they're going down, like it says in the Gemara, Masechet Gittin, page 7a, the right step is to give tzedakah at that time. Because sharing and generosity of the heart show that the person doesn't have any faith in the money itself, but rather in Hashem Yitbarach. So you see, the sages are telling you, listen, the reason why you lost the money is not because it's a bad investment. The reason why you don't have enough money to make ends meet is not because you have a bad job. It's because you put your confidence in something other than God. So God took away the money from that thing. Now you want to show God that you did tshuva? The little that you have, give tzedakah. Why? Because once you show HaKadosh Baruch Hu, listen Hashem, I changed. I'm a whole changed person. You took away 99% of what I have. I have $25,000 left. I'm giving it to a kollel. Against the better judgment of Wall Street. Against the better judgment of every finance book known to man. Against my own logic. Against everything. I'm giving it away. Why, Hashem? I want to show you, I know the money is not going to save me. Only you will save me. And there's actually a person I know that did exactly that. And the beautiful thing is, Rabotai Karim, when a person does something like that, he will see, or she will see, changes in their life that are beyond the imagination. Because once a person crowns God as his king, nothing can ever get in between them. But so long as a person has a crown on his bank account, on his boss, on his supervisor, on something else, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, he doesn't even know I exist. So he has to remind the person, hey, it's me, I'm here, I'm your Abba, I'm your king, I'm your somebody, pay attention to me, Oh, you're not paying attention? Okay, let me take away that thing that you're paying attention to. What? That king, that bank account, let me take that away. That motorcycle, let me take it away. That car, let me take it away. Whatever you made king, I'm going to take it away. Well, I'm going to kill all those kings until you realize I'm the only real king. So the sages, what are they teaching us? You want to show HaKadosh Baruch Hu who the king is? That's what you do. Show Hashem, I don't have any other kings. I have you. That's all I have. So while it's against logic, that's only the logic of flesh and blood. When a person uses the logic of the sages, he realizes that this is the logic of HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. And when a person turns money into an objective rather than a tool, this is exactly Vayimloch Vayamut. A person says, oh, I want to get this job. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a doctor. Why do you want to be a lawyer? Why do you want to be a doctor? Do you have any particular interest in case law? Do you have any interest in medicine? No, I just want to make a lot of money. Oh, so you don't actually care if you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer. You're going to win cases, kill people, lose. It doesn't make a difference. You just want to make a lot of money. So money is your God. That's who has the crown. You're in danger. Unfortunately, the vast majority of people, when they look at what they want to do with their life, they're looking at it from a monetary perspective. It's not that they want to do something because they have an interest in that something. It's they just want the outcome of it. They want the money that they assume they're going to get if they do X, Y, Z. And they turn money into, this is the objective of life, this is the purpose of life. They lose themselves. They forget their days, they forget their nights, they forget their family, they forget their kids, they forget everything because they think that as long as they don't have enough money, they don't have enough life. And they don't realize that what ends up happening is they lose life as a result of it, because they've crowned a foreign god. And they've turned money into a king. And that's why HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Vayimloch Vayamut. You made it into a king, I'm going to have to kill it.